The older I grow, the more I distrust the familiar doctrine that age brings wisdom. Don't sacrifice yourself too much, because if you sacrifice too much, there's nothing else you can give, and nobody will care for you. Most people think happiness is about gaining something, but it's not. It's all about getting rid of the darkness you accumulate. Whether we like it or not, the one justification for the existence of all religions is death. They need death as much as we need bread to eat. The camera is an instrument that teaches people how to see without a camera. I prefer you to make mistakes in kindness than work miracles in unkindness. Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. The thunder comes before the flood. We all must bear the storm. I pray the good Creator's protection upon you all. Ideen mij vivogem zivilgenjas soteast, ki si jai postavis sam. Small shifts in your thinking and small changes in your energy can lead to massive alterations of your end result. Every day is a bank account, and time is our currency. No one is rich, no one is poor. We've got 24 hours each. Never break or fold. That's what it takes to be major. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities. Truth isn't. If your desire is for good, the people will be good. You must understand, they fear you. There is nothing scarier in their minds than a girl who knows the power of her flames. We seek the fire of the spark that is already within us. There is need to embrace flexibility and make a switch where and when necessary. It's your dream, it's your journey, so find a way. Growth is in a series of mistakes. That's the only way you learn. Regardless of how black the page, he had always managed to turn it and move on to a new chapter in his life. If the moment is everything, then everything is time. We become what we want to be by consistently being what we want to become each day. There is a certain right by which we may deprive a man of life, but none by which we may deprive him of death. This is mere cruelty. Truth is something believed in heart. Fact is anything happened in realities. Forgive yourself before you die, then forgive others. It was amazing how it worked. The tiniest bit of truth made credible the greatest lies. Never give up. Things that you keep dreaming about will happen one day. Expressing doubt is how we begin a journey to discover essential truths. The lesson we are indebted to Egypt for, our future generations learn that in the face of oppression, silence is never golden. Belief can be manipulated. Only knowledge is dangerous. It's a sad day for American capitalism when a man can't fly a midget on a kite over Central Park. We are like chameleons. We take our hue and the color of our moral character from those who are around us. Some use drugs to silence the pain. Others use them to feel the pain they silenced. Celebrate true friends. They are a part of you that always sparkles. I don't LOL. I tried it once, but it just didn't agree with me. I have always thought that all philosophical debates are ultimately between the partisans of structure and the partisans of goo. Like a missing tooth, sometimes an absence is more noticeable than a presence. Because you can only die once, but you can suffer forever. The road to success is paved with determination, not with the footsteps of quitters. A stone is heavy and the sand is weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than them both. I'm guilty of giving people more chances than they deserve, but when I'm done, I'm done. Choose to correct your mistakes rather than comparing it to others. What's even more messed up than funerals is the way people treat you after the funeral, like you're diseased or something. Most of what matters in our lives takes place in our absence. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall come easily by what others have labored hard for. Ability, experience, and books have solution for all the problems. Don't think of introversion as something that needs to be cured. Spend your free the way you like, not the way you think you're supposed to. Mist to mist, drops to drops. For water thou art, and unto water shalt thou return. You can recognize a small truth because its opposite is a falsehood. The opposite of a great truth is another truth. Seeing a miracle will inspire you, but knowing you are a miracle will change you. Above all else, guard your heart, for it affects everything else you do. All the work you are doing in silence is opening doors. Trust your pace. Each star is a mirror reflecting the truth inside you. Dedicate yourself to what gives your life true meaning and purpose. Make a positive difference in someone's life. If you can convince people that freedom is injustice, they will then believe that slavery is freedom. The difference between the impossible and the possible lies in a person's determination. Man keeps looking for a truth that fits his reality. Given our reality, the truth doesn't fit. You have to be transparent so you no longer cast a shadow, but instead let the light pass through you. I do not believe anyone can be perfectly well who has a brain and a heart. The worst thing about being lied to is knowing you weren't worth the truth. The moon stared at me through sprinkled nighttime stardust, and I alone smile. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. Nothing that happens to you is meant to be. The only thing about you that was meant to be is you. Blaze your own trail. Dogs are not our whole life, but they make our lives whole. The wise man knows that it is better to sit on the banks of a remote mountain stream than to be emperor of the whole world. Your days are numbered. Use them to throw open the windows of your soul to the sun. If you do not, the sun will soon set, and you with it. But it's important to acknowledge that while we may make mistakes, in the long run, we may also learn from them. Day after day, we stuck, nor breath nor motion, as idle as a painted ship upon a painted ocean. There are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what isn't true. The other is to refuse to believe what is true. Judging is the cause that creates the effect of choosing. Things are not always what they seem. The first appearance deceives many. The intelligence of a few perceives what has been carefully hidden. Excuses are merely nails used to build a house of failure. To see me does not necessarily mean to see my face. To understand my thoughts is to have seen me. Even a blind man knows when the sun is shining. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. If you appreciate the small things, you're likely to get the big ones. I'll try anything once, twice if I like it, 3 times to make sure. What keeps life fascinating is the constant creativity of the soul. After everything has been said and done, all you have is your story. Make sure it's worth telling. The Buddha taught complete honesty, with the extra instruction that everything a person says should be truthful and helpful. I would rather be able to appreciate things I cannot have than to have things I am not able to appreciate. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. The Western mind makes definitions, it draws lines. Anyone who lives within their means suffers from a lack of imagination. Sometimes it takes years for a person to become an overnight success. Follow your dreams and never ever stop believing in yourself. And one day you will achieve your dreams and feel happy that you never gave up. For every good reason there is to lie, there is a better reason to tell the truth. Every impulse of feeling should be guided by reason, and, in my opinion, exertion should always be in proportion to what is required. In one drop of water are found all the secrets of all the oceans. In one aspect of you are found all the aspects of existence. Courage and perseverance have a magical talisman, before which difficulties disappear and obstacles vanish into air. You cannot be lonely if you like the person you're alone with. The best discoveries always happen to the people who weren't looking for them. Receiving is good, but giving is much better. Nevertheless, sharing is the best. All that happens means something. Nothing you do is ever insignificant. Life's under no obligation to give us what we expect. Shallow men believe in luck or in circumstance. Strong men believe in cause and effect. An item is only worth what someone is willing to pay for it. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. To care about your outward appearance is important, but what's more important is to have a beautiful soul. The place to improve the world is first in one's own heart and head and hands, and then work outward from there. The best laid schemes o' mice and men gang aft eagerly.